Hollywood is buzzing, but not for the reasons Disney hoped. Rachel Ziegler, the actress handpicked to be their modern Snow White, has seemingly vanished. Just days after whispers of a tense showdown with Disney execs about the film's catastrophic performance, she's gone completely silent. No red carpet appearances, no chirpy social media updates, nothing. Rumors are swirling that she hopped on a plane and fled to Dubai, leaving a trail of unanswered questions and a studio in full-blown panic. Is she simply taking a break from the storm, or is something far more dramatic unfolding behind the scenes? Is Rachel Ziegler running from the fallout of Snow White, or is there a deeper reason for her sudden escape? The first cracks in the fairy tale facade appeared long before the movie even hit theaters. Remember that viral clip? The one where Ziegler, decked out in the iconic Snow White dress, complained about her grueling 18-hour days in costume. "Every hour I am in the outfit of Snow White, I deserve to be paid for every single one," she declared, and the internet erupted. Audiences recoiled at what many saw as blatant entitlement. Critics piled on, one famously quipping, "Cry me a river." Did Steven Spielberg stiff you on your West Side Story paycheck? Did Disney forget to pay you? This wasn't just online chatter, it was a wave of negativity building even before anyone had seen a single frame of the film. And as we'd soon find out, this was just the tip of a very icy iceberg. Behind closed doors at Disney, the mood was reportedly turning toxic. As backlash mounted and the online outrage intensified, whispers of legal drama began to circulate. Sources suggest Disney executives were in emergency mode, frantically discussing morality clauses. Those dreaded clauses that can allow studios to take drastic action against stars behaving badly. Talk of slashing bonuses was also in the air. But the timing of Ziegler's disappearance is what really raises eyebrows. It happened right after reports surfaced of a top-level Disney meeting specifically convened to dissect whether she was to blame for the Snow White train wreck. The situation allegedly became so critical that Disney even hired a special media minder, a consultant tasked with shadowing Ziegler to ensure she didn't drop any more PR bombs about Snow White, the prince, young love, Steven Spielberg, or even white people questioning her Latina identity. All topics she'd touched on in previous, shall we say, unhelpful interviews. But even damage control couldn't stop what was coming, because when the box office numbers finally rolled in, they weren't just bad, they were catastrophic. Snow White didn't just stumble, it belly flopped. Early projections paint a grim picture. Disney could be staring down a loss of anywhere between $200 and a staggering $400 million on this single film. That's not just a flop, that's a financial black hole. The scale of the disaster has led some to speculate that Disney might be gearing up for legal action, looking for any avenue to recoup their losses. Others believe quieter, but no less tense, negotiations might already be happening behind closed doors. But amidst all the studio spin and Hollywood whispers, Zegler's team issued a bland statement claiming she was just taking a break. But are fans buying it? Not for a second. Online detectives, armed with social media screenshots and jet tracker websites, have painted a very different picture of this break. Ziegler's social media accounts have been scrubbed clean, suspiciously devoid of recent activity. Jet tracking data allegedly shows international movements, not a quiet retreat. And her previously packed schedule? Wiped clean. This isn't a break, this looks like an escape. The online consensus is clear. Something far more serious is going on than a simple vacation. So, if it's not just a break, what is it? To understand the depth of this disaster, we need to rewind to the very beginning, to the moment the seeds of this storm were sown. Flashback to September 2022, long before the box office bombs and Dubai rumors. Rachel Ziegler and Gal Gadot, the evil queen herself, were on the red carpet, seemingly excited to talk about their modern take on Snow White. But it was during this seemingly innocuous interview that Ziegler dropped the comments that would ignite the powder keg. "It's no longer 1937, she declared, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is, she's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be." For fans of the original fairy tale, these words landed like a slap in the face. The backlash was immediate and fierce, a clear warning sign that Disney seemed determined to ignore. But the storm was only just beginning to brew, because this wasn't Disney's first rodeo with Rachel Ziegler-related headaches. Insiders reveal that Disney had allegedly been in a full meltdown about the actress for years prior to the Snow White release. Even before the movie premiered, there were red flags. Remember when Zegler tweeted promotional content for Snow White, racking up millions of views? Great, right? Except, almost immediately after, she followed it up with a highly controversial Free Palestine post. This was particularly problematic given her co-star, Gal Gadot, is Israeli. The situation became so tense that Disney reportedly flew an executive producer out personally to plead with Zegler to remove the tweet. The explanation was reportedly diplomatic. Political views are fine, but maybe not when you're trying to sell a family movie to a global audience, especially when it alienates a significant portion of that audience. She allegedly refused. According to one Disney executive, in a moment of brutal honesty, she burned down $1 billion brand with her own words. And apparently, in the room, no one dared to disagree. But while Rachel Ziegler seemingly escapes to Dubai, a bizarre twist is unfolding back home. Because while Snow White is sinking faster than a lead balloon, another movie, something completely unexpected, has risen to take its place: Minecraft. Yes, the movie made of pixelated blocks has somehow stolen the spotlight and is now dominating the box office. As one bewildered fan put it, "You can't tell me Minecraft is the worst movie of 2025 when Snow White exists." The numbers tell a brutal story. Families are flocking to see Minecraft, while Snow White continues its box office freefall. Critics initially mocked Minecraft, dismissing it as childish and simplistic. But audiences showed up in droves, and now it's printing money like crazy. The contrast between the two films is almost comical. One, the supposed sure thing, has become a textbook example of how to alienate your audience. The other, the underdog, is crushing expectations. And here's the truly humiliating statistic. Minecraft made more money in the United States in a single weekend than Snow White has made globally after 3 weeks in theaters. Let that sink in. Disney's fairy tale reimagining barely crawled to $77 million worldwide after weeks, while Minecraft exploded with a massive $300 million global opening, turning expert predictions into a laughingstock. Some are even suggesting Rachel Ziegler totally lost it after seeing the Minecraft numbers, realizing just how thoroughly her movie had been crushed by a bunch of pixelated blocks. Disney essentially lit itself on fire and handed the win to Minecraft. While the House of Mouse pushed its controversial Snow White, Minecraft stormed in and wiped the floor, making Disney's latest flop look like a bad high school project uploaded to YouTube. The box office numbers are damning. On a single Saturday, Minecraft raked in $60 million, while Snow White limped to just $2 million. Minecraft's opening weekend performance was significantly better than analysts predicted. Meanwhile, Snow White has struggled to even cross the $160 million mark globally. Critics were certain Minecraft would crash and burn. They called it too simple, too childish, too blocky to succeed in theaters. But the movie exploded, proving all those expert predictions spectacularly wrong. As one observer pointedly noted, "You know the saying, go woke, get broke. Disney's going to lose money on this movie, and I believe it only made less than $1 million in China." Ouch. The real kicker, Disney thought they could coast on nostalgia while completely ignoring every warning sign fans were throwing their way. Turns out, publicly trashing your own beloved fairy tale isn't exactly the best way to sell movie tickets. And this is just the beginning of what looks like a much larger problem for Disney, one that includes boardroom panic, wild blame games, and a lead actress who somehow forgot she was playing one of the most iconic characters in movie history. The Minecraft video game, launched back in 2011, boasts over 300 million copies sold, creating a massive, built-in fan base of people who genuinely care about the property. Snow White, in theory, should have had a similar advantage. It's the movie that made Disney Disney. They should have been far more cautious, far more respectful, with their own billion-dollar IP. A faithfully adapted Snow White, industry experts believe, likely would have grossed $1 billion at the box office. But the theater experiences themselves tell a stark story. Snow White showings were reportedly quiet, sparsely attended, sometimes almost empty. Minecraft theaters, on the other hand, were packed, some showings so loud they felt more like rock concerts than movie screenings. Things got so wild in some locations that security had to escort rowdy teenagers out for having too much fun. Minecraft is creating what industry insiders are calling a live audience reaction event, where people go just to be part of something, to interact with the movie itself.